Relationships, a 10-day course. Thank you for joining me. Today is session 2. Forgiving is so very hard to do. Without forgiveness, there is no future for good feelings between the couple. Without forgiveness, there cannot be a positive environment for children, if the couple is raising children. If your energy goes to revenge, planning, or plotting, passive-aggressive conversations, where can love find its place? If you want to express your hurt in new, imaginative ways, where is the time to plan a recuperative vacation? It seems to me when you invest emotionally in a neighbor or a relative, and he or she disappoints you, it should be as easy a task to let go and move on. Your life is still your life. However, if your spouse disappoints you, letting go may indeed be more difficult, but absolutely necessary to forgive. I'm saying it is absolutely necessary to forgive, not just to salvage the relationship, but also as an exercise for your better mental and physical health. I've learned that the body suffers when the mind is in a dark place. It's difficult for the body to look young, feel young, and be energetic when the mind shuffles through hateful thoughts. Do you find hateful too strong a word? Do you look in the mirror when you're trying to express your frustration? Do you feel your body reacting to your plan of reaction? Consequences. Do you stop and assess what your body is feeling? Can you feel the toll? Can you distinguish how your body reacts when you are joyful as opposed to angry and destructive? Bottom line, how do you get a positive from a negative? I don't want to skip over this last question. It can change your quality of life if you think about it and incorporate it into your daily thinking. How do you get a positive from a negative? Let's say your spouse has truly done something unforgivable. How do you turn a negative into a positive? Talk, communicate. If you can no longer talk to each other, seek counseling before it's too late. As stated in session 1, most couples wait too long to call a therapist. When the couple is falling over the edge, it's a big ask to ask the therapist to pull all the pieces back together again. Those couples who wait for therapy to learn how to forgive may have built up such a strong wall of resistance that no therapist can penetrate the years of accumulated frustrations. Start today. Figure out what is important. Ask yourself if the person sleeping next to you is worth the continuing effort. If the answer is yes, start counting his or her good points. And if you've been in couples counseling before and it did not work, ask yourself 2 questions. 1, was I ready then to be open and honest? And 2, was he or she the right therapist? In my own life, I've learned to start and end my day counting my blessings. I give thanks for my health, my family, my friends, my home, etc. Try on the idea. Make room for the positives. Give your spouse positive time. Count your blessings. He listens. She's patient when I'm home late from work. I like the way he rubs my back. She bothers to cook my favorite soup. He's good to my parents. She's good with the children. Your body will thank you for the positive vibes. Watch the wrinkles on your face disappear. All this reminds me of something. I worked with a couple who lived with her adult son from a previous marriage. The husband cheated and brought home herpes. She would stomp back and forth in my office and say, "He brought home the gift that keeps giving." She was right, but she didn't want to leave him. You might say she didn't want to lose him. He was a good guy, basically, and she knew it. However, she wanted to punish him. He took it. He loved her. You might say he didn't love her enough, but he loved her and she knew it. She was challenged to forgive. He couldn't say sorry often enough. They eventually talked about why it happened. They hurt each other. I can't say she took any responsibility, but she did make it clear. If it happens again, I'm out. Don't laugh. I worked with a couple who had recently married. He had been married with 2 teenage sons. He left his wife because sex had become boring. He married a stripper who promised to take him to sexual heaven. The problem? Sexual heaven, he discovered after the marriage vows were spoken, came with a prenuptial. If he adopted her daughter, he would get the keys to the kingdom. His anger could not be contained. He had been duped. After a 2-hour session of experience his out-of-control anger, I asked the couple not to return. What do you do in this situation? Divorce again? Adopt his bride's daughter? If he adopts the young girl, can he trust his bride will take him around the world and back? How does that sound next to your frustrations? Meditation. Meditation is a good place to begin to learn to forgive. Quieting the heart and mind and being in the moment can save your sanity. Stop. Learn to breathe in and out before speaking. If you feel the angry words creeping through your system, ready to be spewed, stop. Breathe. Think. Practice. 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 Imagine a typical scene between you and your partner. The worst of the worst. Breathe. Practice breathing consciously as you imagine what went down last night. Feel your body slowing down as you breathe in and out slowly and deliberately. Think of a positive reaction. Think of loving words. Write those positive words in your journal. Write constructive variations in your journal. Like a first grade assignment, write them over and over till they become a part of your vocabulary. If a difficult moment should come up, you're now familiar with a positive, loving, and respectful response. Use it. Measure it. That is, notice the difference within yourself. Notice the difference in the atmosphere. And most importantly, hopefully your spouse sees you are trying, loving, and will respond in kind. Maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, because he or she has been primed for the negative wallop. But eventually, you'll feel communication blossom. And we're into blossoming goodwill, positive energy. Positive energy begets positive energy. What sitting across from couples in counseling for 26 years has taught me: change. Yes, change. Live alone and there's no demand for change. Sharing a life with a significant other is a challenge. You've accepted the challenge, right? Well, the challenge is change. You've got to come out of yourself, understand how your actions and reactions are impacting the most important person in your life. Sharing your life may mean sharing your feelings when you're uncomfortable sharing your feelings. But after 10 years of sharing your feelings, you might say, my life is so much healthier and happier now that I've learned to share my feelings. I live with someone, you might say, who understands me and does not judge me. No one should know you better than the person you wake up with. Holding on to grudges, holding on to stories is destructive. Live the good life and forgive. Let go of the past and be in the positive moment. Moira Hutchinson, Hutchison, offers a 10-day course on forgiveness, which can be found on the Insight Timer app. I've listened to it more than a dozen times. It's changed my life. I highly recommend you take the time and let Moira hold your hand. Thank you for joining me.